In this video, we're going to take the geometric file and index it in the color mode menu. So when you index a file, you force that file to exist only in a specific palette that you choose or that you let the computer choose. So we're going to have an easy job here because this file is already in a very limited number of colors because we did not allow any blur around the edges. So in order to index it, I can go to Image Mode and switch from RGB mode to Index Color. And I could let the computer just pick the exact 6 colors in the image. So I'll do that first just so you can see the results of it. The preview option is really important here so I can see what the computer is going to do. Again, because we only used 6 colors, it's quite easy for the computer to see the 6 colors and to not have the file look any different at all. So I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And how do you know that the file is indexed? Well, if you go to image mode, it says indexed. But the other thing is that you cannot draw or adjust this file in any way that would increase the number of colors. So if I go to my drawing color here, green, and I try to use a brush or pencil and draw green on the file, it can't do it because there is nothing on the file that is green. Therefore, me drawing with it means that it has to choose the closest color, and the closest color to the green is this gray. So this shows you that you cannot change the colors in this file once it's in index mode. You also can't do a lot of the filters because a lot of those filters would add color by blurring or doing any other kind of effect. So index mode is sort of color separated and protects your file from adding any colors. This is what you would do if you wanted to send something to the Stole machine or Jacquard, because it actually preserves the specific pixel colors and does not allow any blurring, which would not mess up the tension on any of the machines. So we can discuss more about that later, but this was a really easy file to index. So I'm going to go back to the RGB color mode and show you that now that it's in RGB color mode and I want to draw on it with green, I actually can draw on it with green because it's not limiting the number of colors that I use. If you wanted to manually select the colors, you would go again to index color mode and then to take off the preview here and move from exact to custom. And custom is going to pull up this menu that has the last used palette in it. I'm going to clear this out by selecting all of them and making them all white. And then I'm going to go in and click on a chip, click on a color, say OK, all the way through all of the colors in the image. And you can choose the order of the colors this way, which is really helpful in some cases that you'll know more about later. So I can say OK, and then here I can hit the preview button and make sure I got all the correct colors. So it's saying 256 colors, but there are only 6 colors in the file, and that's all it's going to read. Click OK. And again, I'm back in that position where if I were to try to draw on the file with green, I wouldn't be able to because there's a limitation on the number of colors I can use. I'm going to stop this tutorial now because it looks like it might be crashing, but that's actually all the information you need about this kind of very simple file.